Hello and welcome to another RiderCamTV video, and as you can see it's kind of dry. The sun is out, which is a bit of a mystery and a bit of a miracle for us down in Cornwall at the moment, and I'm sure for a lot of people around the country. And I thought I'd talk to you about something that happened this morning to me about my bike. So I haven't ridden my bike for probably about 3 weeks. Now normally don't need to worry about keeping it on a trickle charge or keeping the battery charged up or topped up, because normally I'm out riding the bike quite often, so I haven't really got to worry about the battery foot going flat or needing a top up or anything like that. But this morning I came out full of the joys of spring. Let's get out, use the Cena headset that we've got. Let's get out for a ride. My neighbour was up for it. The weather was beautiful, not a cloud in the sky when we thought about going out this morning. So here we are out on the bike. So got the bike out the garage and put it in the sunshine and stood there thinking, do you know what? I love being around motorbikes. It's so much fun. And the anticipation and excitedness of actually getting out on the bike again after a few weeks of not being able to ride it because of work and COVID and everything else that's been going on. I tried to start the bike. Now, there was no indication on the BMW. It's a 2019 BMW I've got, and there was no indication on the BMW that the battery was flat or that there was indeed any issue with the battery. It was really weird. All of the lights came up okay, the screen was alright, even the sat-nav that I'd left on the bike that usually after a couple of weeks says, oh no, you've got to charge it up, you know, the battery's flat, that even came on fine. So I didn't think anything of it. Checked the lights, checked around, made sure all the tyres and stuff was right and had enough fuel and all that lovely jazz, that the lights were clean and the number plate was clean, all that sort of stuff. And then I went to start it, and I remember quite a few years ago when I had an air-cooled 1200 GS, how much power that took from the battery to turn the engine over. And I guess these are no different. They take a lot of power to get that oomph into the starter motor, to flick it round and do whatever it does to get the bike started. But it just went, it didn't flicker, the lights didn't flicker on the dashboard, it didn't look as though the battery had gone flat. So I put a charger on it and gave it a fast boost for about 20 minutes and it fired up. And it got me thinking that, you know, the bike's parked in the garage. I'm not one of these people that's got a cover for it or heaters or anything like that. It is just a garage, and you know, that's a work in progress. I want to sort the garage out so it looks better and it's, you know, like a man cave, as people say, but a nice place for me and the bike to be. But however, we haven't done any of that yet. It's a work in progress. So it's just a garage. It's sealed, you know, it's not airtight, but it's sealed as much as possible. And we haven't had extreme weather in Cornwall like people have had throughout the country. And I was thinking, well, just in 2-3 weeks of me not using the bike, how much that's kind of drained the battery. And I did double check, and the camera system that we fitted, just in case anybody thought that it was that, the camera system that we fitted wasn't running. It doesn't run when there is no power going to it. Whether or not there is like a residual amount of power that comes into it or that it's taken, I don't know. But as far as I know, there is nothing that it takes. So I was kind of mystified, really. So it must be down to the temperatures and the dramatic change in temperatures. I know that this week going to work we've had temperatures of 1, 2, 3, something like that. We haven't certainly had it any colder. And then we've obviously got the change in temperature in the day if the sun does come out, shine through the garage to warm the garage up. And it got me thinking that all of a sudden we're in this period of it's getting cold, the roads are full of rubbish, there's mud everywhere, there's damp everywhere, and I hadn't done anything to look at the bike. So it's a roundabout way of saying check your bike put it on trickle charge, even if you think you don't need it. I didn't think it would need it. I thought everything would be fine, and I needed it, and that was a real surprise, because normally, like Mark, I'm riding the bike all year round, so you know, it's one of those things that I've hardly ever put it onto a trickle charge or done anything like that, but I must make sure that I do that at the moment, especially until this COVID goes away, so that and work gets a little bit quieter, so it will enable me to get out a little bit more. So think about it, plug it in, even if you don't think you need to. It will help you in the long run. The last thing you want is like me this morning. We're all fired up for a ride, dressed up, ready to go, and yet the bike was saying, no, you're not going anywhere yet, and we had to sort that out before we went anywhere. So if you like the video, give it a massive thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.